You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly show for video games, movies, TV shows, comics, tech news, and more. Sponsored in part by MB Subculture Comics and Costumes. Now your hosts, Cody Pennick, Samantha Cross, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Grab your pocket protectors and adjust the tape on your glasses, kids, because it's time for another episode of Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show where we discuss the latest news in pop and geek culture. I'm Cody.
I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
We have a great show for you this week. Thank you all for tuning in. We have a bunch of news to get into, but first, let's talk about some things we've been checking out. That is the most like radio announcer way I've done it ever.
Well, I've played a lot of new games lately. I don't know where to start. Thimbleweed Park came out on the 30th. It's a new point-and-click adventure game by Ron Gilbert and Gary Winnick, the guys that did Maniac Mansion.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
And also Monkey Island in Ron Gilbert's case, which is my favorite point-and-click adventure game of all time. Have you guys played Monkey Island?
I think I played
It's been
one
a long
of them
time.
a long time ago.
It's been a really long time.
You should go back to it because it's still great.
Cool. All right, I'll do that.
But Thimbleweed's really good so far. I've only put maybe a couple hours into it, but it actually feels like a real adventure game and not like just one of these games where like it wants to tell a story more than it wants to give you puzzles.
Okay.
It's not like a Telltale thing at all.
Oh, okay.
It's like an actual honest-to-God point-and-click adventure game.
Okay, excellent.
There's just a ton of items I've picked up already. And
you have no idea what to use them for?
Yeah. And there's actually like quite a bit of space I can already go through. Like it trusts you enough right from the start to actually play the game instead of just like, I don't know. A lot of adventure games lately have been really hand-holdy and
Yeah. Well, especially the Telltale stuff. Those are incredibly hand-holdy.
yeah.
Those are essentially visual novels, honestly.
For the most part.
Yeah, like the closest you'll get to a puzzle in those is like, I've got a hammer and there's a board here, so I guess I pry it off with a hammer. Like,
Yeah.
There's only like one item and then one interactable object, so it doesn't take much to figure it out. But this actually has good puzzles, and the writing is interesting. Like it's telling a real Twin Peaksy story. It also is not afraid to break the fourth wall occasionally.
Oh, that's fun.
In clever ways.
That's fun.
I don't really have any good examples about it because I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh, then don't spoil it.
And also, I'm not really that far into it.
Okay.
But
I'm guessing this is a PC, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's on Xbox One also.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. Very cool.
Yeah. But I got it on PC. I actually kickstarted it a long time ago when they ran the Kickstarter.
Oh, right on.
And it paid off in a pretty sweet game.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've put 3 or 4 hours into Persona 5 that just came out.
Okay, now we can't talk too much about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
The Persona police will come and...
Yeah.
Wee woo, wee woo.
But it's good. It's Persona, except they've changed it up just enough to keep it interesting, and it's just crazy stylish looking. All the menus are incredible looking, and the animation, and I don't know, it's really cool. Maybe I'll talk about it more after I've played it more.
Well...
Or when I'm allowed. Yeah.
You'll be able to say what you're allowed to say on it. Yeah.
They kind of turned the dungeons into kind of like stealth scenarios because you're playing as phantom thieves, and it gives it a more interesting way to get around. Like you think about moving around these dungeons differently.
Okay.
Instead of just running up to bad guys and whacking them and doing
combat-y things.
Yeah, turn-based battles.
Cool.
Like you want to think about how to approach these enemies in the best way possible so you can get a preemptive ambush attack on them.
Cool. Now, I don't have much... I don't know much about the Persona series. In fact, the only game I've ever played with having to do with Persona was that fighting game that they put out a few years ago.
Oh, the Persona Arena?
Yeah, and I really like that. I thought that was really stylish. But Persona's an RPG, right? Okay.
It's a JRPG with turn-based battles and also kind of a life simulation along with it.
Okay.
Where you kind of schedule your day based on who you're going to talk to, who you want to spend time with, and then that levels up your relationships with these people, which in turn, when you create and fuse new personas, which are basically collectible monsters, they'll get boosts based on who you're have
friends with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each friend has a relation to a different arcana, which is like the tarot cards, and each persona is of that arcana
Okay.
So if you're good friends with somebody with the Chariot Arcana, and you make a new Chariot persona, it'll get an experience point boost when you create it.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Which will let you, if you work it right, that'll let you have a persona that's at a higher level than you are allowed to normally make.
Gotcha.
So it plays in a lot into the game.
So it's kind of a meta gaming kind of aspect of it.
Yeah. But it is the most stylish game I've probably ever seen.
Oh,
Just everything looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
The personas I've seen so far, at least the ones related to the characters, which are always the special looking ones, because the rest of them are just monsters from Shin Megami Tensei series.
Okay.
But the ones specific to the characters are really cool. Like the one kid has one that's like a pirate, standing on a tiny ship with an angry face on it, and he's got a cannon for an arm.
Oh wow!
And like a skull face. It's really cool looking.
That's really cool. Yeah, I've always loved the art because I've looked that stuff up quite a bit.
Yeah, the monsters actually like really look like their illustrations now too.
Oh really?
I've noticed that a lot about RPGs lately. The monsters, the actual 3D models for the monsters are starting to look like the art when it was in 2D, but in 3D. Like in Final Fantasy 15, like the monsters look like that. Oh, what's his name? Amano. Like illustrations now more than they ever have.
Well, same with the Dragon Quest stuff. They transfer it over really well into 3D from 2D.
Well, it helps that Kira Toriyama has like really simplistic art.
Yeah, that's true.
That's very true. Yeah.
Man, I can't wait for Dragon Quest 11. It's gonna be good.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
On the Switch.
Delicious. Delicious.
Yeah. More games for the Switch. That'd be awesome.
We need it. We need it.
But they're promised of indie games every week. I mean, they've had them.
Yeah.
Have they been worth getting? Not really.
All of them.
Yeah.
Some, yeah, maybe, but for the most part, it's like, oh, okay, that's a game.
I've heard Has Been Heroes is good, but
That's what I've heard too.
It looks interesting. I don't know. I haven't really.
Yeah, it's like $20 though.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And there's just way too many good games coming out now. There's just a crap load of good games coming out.
Yeah, we're getting close to that magical Mario Kart time.
Yeah, I know. A couple weeks, and I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
I hope it doesn't control like garbage with the Joy-Con sideways.
Yeah, well, I'll probably turn that off and just use it as a controller.
Yeah.
One player.
Well, I found
one
out
player at least.
you pretty much have to put that cap on there.
Oh, really?
Or the L and R buttons are almost impossible to hit.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. I played Blaster Master in the multiplayer mode, and that thing does not feel good.
Huh.
The sideways Joy-Con is not great.
Yeah. Well,
although
just get the Pro controller.
Yeah, I was using it without the cap,
What?
though, so it might not be as bad with the cap, but the way it was not. It was not comfortable.
Man, that charge lasts forever on that Pro controller.
Really?
It is amazing.
The Joy-Cons last forever.
They do. Yeah, I've noticed that. Although my right one runs out faster than my left.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know why. But I've always had problems with the right one. I don't know.
Is the right one the one with the eye in it?
I don't know. I don't think it is.
It's the red one.
It's player 2. Whatever that one is.
Ouija.
It's the red one if you're one of the 3 people that got the colored console like I did.
I would have been more inclined to get the colored ones if they looked better.
Yeah, if they were better colors.
Nah, too garish.
Oh my.
Did we talk about Splatoon
No, I don't think we have.
Test Fire?
I don't think we have.
That was a couple of weeks ago.
I only got to play like 2 minutes of it.
I played the full hour once. It was Splatoon. It was exactly Splatoon.
Yeah, I downloaded the app for the Test Fire and didn't actually get a chance to play it. But no, that's good. Don't fix what isn't broken, I guess.
I mean, the new guns were pretty cool, and the special move that they have with the jetpack is really fun.
Nice.
You just kind of fly around and zap people.
Nice. Now, does pulling up the map and jumping to your teammates, is that a little more cumbersome now that you don't have that separate screen?
It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like the way you have to move a cursor to the point isn't nearly as fast as just poking the touch screen.
I was kind of worried about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you have it in handheld mode, you could probably touch the screen and jump to your teammate.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't try.
I didn't either.
I was playing in handheld mode. I didn't even think about the fact that it's a touch screen. Like nothing ever uses it. Hardly.
No. Well, it doesn't come with the stylus, so...
Yeah. You get your greasy fingers all over the...
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a fun game. I'll buy it when it comes out.
Oh, I'm sure I will too.
it's something to play.
Yeah. I mean, I had Splatoon when it was on the Wii U, and it was fun.
we had a blast playing that.
Oh, we really did. It was a lot of fun.
And now we'll be able to do local games against each other.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Or online over like, that the Nintendo app.
Yeah.
Whenever that'll happen.
The online service, whenever they get done with that.
Yeah.
Where's the virtual console?
That's what I don't know.
That's what I want.
Well, hey, virtual console on all those Neo Geo games, which I heard that they're all in arcade mode. You can't switch them to console mode. So one of the buttons, the trigger buttons, is add coin.
I mean, that's cool because then you can continue forever if you want.
That's true, but
unlike Metal Slug.
Yeah, but then again, for stuff like King of Fighters and games like that, the home console had different features, whereas it's just console or just arcade. So you can only do fighting, or it didn't have any of like the time attack or any of that other
other stuff,
fun stuff,
or like change the colors of the characters or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I can do my check it out super quick. I haven't been feeling well. I've been sick the last week or so I haven't done a ton.
Know those feels.
Yeah, but Netflix recently added The Real Ghostbusters, and so I watched the first couple episodes of it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now I'm stoked.
I saw the box set at Walmart, and I was like,
I know. I've been there. I've considered it.
But no, I watched the first couple episodes, and it's exactly how I remembered it. It's
kind of bad.
It's kind of bad.
Garfield.
Yeah. Your four Ghostbusters: Garfield the cat, the Brain from Pinky and the Brain, Freddy from Scooby-Doo, and Arsenio Hall. Seriously, those are those are the four.
The voice actors. Yeah.
Fun fact: Ernie Hudson auditioned to voice his role on the Real Ghostbusters cartoon and was beat by Arsenio Hall.
Yeah,
so messed up.
Yeah,
beat by to play his own character.
Exactly. Yeah, but no, it's fun. The dialogue is a little slow. Like there are definite pauses between each person saying their line. It's very like kind of choppy and slow, and none of the characters look like themselves. But it was because they didn't want to pay for likeness.
Yeah.
But no, it's fun. It's fun. It was very toyetic.
Well, yeah.
Well, the monster and ghost designs are like real messed up.
They're they're real creepy. Yeah. Well, that first episode introduced new proton packs, the motorcycle that pops out of the back of the Ecto-1, and about 5 or 6 different ghosts, plus the play set, like the Firehouse play set, where at the basement you have the thing that you plug in.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There's a little cup of slime that it comes with that you can
dump on everything. Yeah.
Ninja Turtles had that too.
I used to have a ton of those toys. I still have a ton of those toys in a bucket at my parents' house, actually. Do you know what one of the rarest toys from the Ghostbusters line is? Like, if you find one in perfect condition, like you have like a mint on your hands, the original Egon without a broken tie, because the tie was like, it was, I don't have an example here. You know those like zip ties that they have these days? Like if you take the thickness of that and cut it in half.
Oh, geez.
It was just a thin piece of plastic, and the whole thing was you press the button and it's like his head pops up because, they're supposed to be scared or something, and his tie flips out. Well, that tie would snap off after like 2 presses, like it would snap in half. Mine did. Everyone's did. But if you could find an Egon action figure, the original, not like any of like the, Super Slime Time set or extra stuff.
Arctic armor.
Yeah, and none of that. But like with the tie intact, like you got some money on your hands.
Huh.
Yeah, seriously. Fun fact. Everybody get out there. Go on your eBays.
Yeah. Go to Big Fun.
Yeah, go to Big Fun.
They would know.
Yeah, they would know and probably charge you an arm and leg for it. Yeah. But no, it was fun. It was.
I remember the episode where a cult of Cthulhu was trying to summon Cthulhu in the New York Bay.
Yeah.
And a woman from Miskatonic University was helping the Ghostbusters.
Uh-huh.
And Cthulhu was red, and it bugged me a lot.
Yeah. I remember there was an episode in one of the later seasons where it was vampires were biting werewolves and turning them into werewolf vampires. And these vampires had like bat wings and stuff. They were like ghost vampires. So it was like werewolves with bat wings that drank your blood.
And hence where Underworld got its ideas.
Kind of. Yeah, a little bit.
That's what needs to happen in the next Underworld movie. The Ghostbusters show up.
They just show up and wreck shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But no, it's really just been that and a little bit of Breath of the Wild. I've actually slowed down quite a bit because I'm to the point where all I have left to do is beat the final boss, and I don't want the game to be over because once the game's over, I'm not going to go back to it probably for a while.
Yeah.
And
I'm not going to
there's
immediately
nothing
start
else to play on the Switch, so what are you going to do?
So what are you going to do? I'm not ready to shell out more money for another game yet.
There isn't another game to buy.
Well,
actually, I've heard Snake Pass is really good.
Yeah,
on the eShop.
I'll probably
that
pick up.
Looks interesting.
I'll probably pick up Binding of Isaac. Honestly,
I probably would have if I knew where there was a hard copy because I want the extra stuff that
that
comes
would be
with the hard copy.
that would be very cool.
All I've really done is I watched Moana.
Yeah,
finally.
was it good?
I liked it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I still think Zootopia is a slightly better movie.
Oh yeah.
But art design and everything in the movie is really good.
The Rock
did
amazing.
he did an amazing job.
How was the music?
It was pretty good, but also Lin-Manuel Miranda did the music for it.
Right.
So
yeah.
It's all pretty much on point.
He's a good music boy.
Oh,
really,
yeah.
really knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
There's like this sequence where like they're messing around with this like crab monster in the realm of monsters, and he's singing this song about attaching gold coins to his shell, basically.
And he sounds like David Bowie.
Yeah,
it's the one guy from Flight of the Conchords, basically doing the Bowie impression that he does.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and now the song is playing in my head because it's stupid catchy. It's not even that good. It's not even the best song in the movie.
I think Maui's song is my favorite.
Oh,
there.
You're welcome. That was a pretty good one.
The rap in it's pretty cool. the Hamilton-esque rap breakdown.
Yeah. Oh man, it is a really good movie though.
It's better than Frozen.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Disney films and I like Frozen, but Frozen is definitely one of those ones that I feel like was the most overrated and overly hyped. I think.
Josh, you need to take that hate for Frozen and let it go. Let it go.
Oh.
You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. All right.
Well, he's got jokes.
Well, I know you've turned this episode off, but come back next week and be our guest for another.
Because you ain't never had a friend like us.
101 Dalmatians.
I was going through my head trying to think of a non sequitur Disney film. Yeah, that was good.
Frozen's plot is extremely weak if you think about it for more than 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Is my problem with Frozen.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, that and the marketing and the merchandising of it was like, it was so shoved down your throat it was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Disney kind of throws toys out and stuff for like all their films, but Frozen was like oversaturation.
Well, because it blew up.
Oh yeah.
Like it was extremely popular.
Yeah.
And I get it. I mean, it was like Tangled was the first CG one.
Yep.
And it also is a much better movie.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the best Disney princessy movie in like 20 years.
Yeah. Although I like Wreck-It Ralph. It does feature a Disney princess.
Well, she's not an official. She hasn't been coronated into the
I'm sure
line.
she will eventually.
I mean,
Also, she's a president.
Yeah.
She's not a princess.
She's a Disney president.
Yeah.
Even better.
She can have her own line.
Yeah. Give her a smart pantsuit.
They did announce the sequel to that.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
Oh,
yeah. Ralph wrecks the internet.
No, it's breaks the internet,
Breaks the
which
internet.
doesn't make sense. It should be wrecks the internet.
Yeah.
I thought it was Rex.
No, it's breaks
It's breaks the
because
internet.
I made this complaint a while ago to Samantha. Like, why isn't it called Wrecks the Internet? He's Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'll be good.
So what, does he go to like an MMO or something?
I don't know.
Oh man.
MMOs have enough problems. They don't need Wreck-It Ralph
I
in there.
hope it's not chock full of memes.
Oh, I'm sure.
It'll be the internet.
It's the internet. Of course it'll be chock full of
Okay,
memes.
make it
might
chock
be
full of memes
bad.
though, but like make commentary about how this is dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if Ralph doesn't understand the memes. He's like, what?
Why is there a frog on a unicycle? What?
Well, he's that boy.
What up?
Oh man, I think we're too deep. I think we're too deep in the memes.
I don't even understand that boy.
He's just that boy.
I
don't think there's a whole lot to get about
no,
it.
if you actually like go to like Know Your Meme, like they have like a detailed history of what these stupid things.
Well, he like came from a textbook. It was an image in a textbook.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I am leery of all memes because I'm afraid I'm accidentally going to use the one that's racist.
You might accidentally Pepe the Frog.
Well, I know enough to not use Pepe the Frog, but things move so quickly and I'm so slow on the upkeep when it comes to the internet that I'm afraid I'm going to go like, hey,
That's when you got to jack the Reddit straight into your brain.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like you're some kind of good Matrix boy.
Yeah, just plugs Jack right into that Reddit matrix.
Whoa, I know memes. Other than that, all I've really been doing is watching copious amounts of cartoons on Cartoon Network.
Always.
and playing Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
But I've actually been making like actual progress in Breath of the Wild instead of just wandering the wilderness like some homeless person.
Good.
Some homeless murder hobo.
That's to think about it. That's kind of what Link is.
Yeah, he just kind of wanders around in swords, goblins.
Yeah.
All day.
Pretty much.
I wish the game had maybe one or two more enemy types.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's really only like 5 in the whole game. 5 or 6.
Yeah, and they just have different elemental twists on them.
Yeah.
And get slightly harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though the Lionel, no matter how good you are, is still, is tougher than any boss you'll fight.
Yeah.
I bopped 3 in one session.
Nice.
The other
Really?
day. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I barely make a scratch in them.
Yeah, I bopped 3 silvers. Yeah.
You gotta get them so you can upgrade. That's what you need to upgrade the barbarian armor set, which
That's
is
right.
one of my favorites.
It is a great armor set.
So far, I've just been upgrading the guard armor.
Yeah.
I haven't found the ancient armor or the barbarian set yet.
Ancient armor is going to cost you a bunch of money.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All I have is the main piece of it.
Oh, yeah. I just thought of something else that I did. I rewatched Power Rangers. I went and saw it a second time. And you know what? The good parts hold up way better on a second viewing, but the weak points, like the writing,
Really
and some of
glare.
it makes it, it really it pushes it to the extremes. It makes it really apparent, when you know everything that's going to be coming scene for scene, you kind of watch it a little closer. Yeah, it makes things way more polarizing when it comes to the good stuff and the bad stuff. That script is just cold booger on a paper plate. It's just
Which is kind of what the power coins look like.
that's kind of what the power coins look like. You're right. Yeah, I don't know. It's just all right. It's
I'm still surprised that it was even all right. Like,
yeah.
I'm just like, good job at that. Like, you made it all right.
Yeah.
Like, you're already have blown past my expectations completely.
You didn't totally almost blow it.
Yeah.
Although,
I did walk out less angry from that movie than I did the first live action
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
movie.
Yeah.
God, that one is bad. Like I caught most of it a couple weeks ago. I'm like, man, this movie was terrible.
Oh, it was bad. We wasted our money.
Oh, we did. It was.
Yeah.
I've never had so much buyer's remorse for a movie, and I watched The Happening in the theater.
Ooh.
Yeah. To this day, I still call it The Crappening.
I was expecting to regret spending money for Power Rangers, but
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I was entertained enough.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting reimbursed for my second viewing, so I don't feel bad about it either. So, yeah. There was one thing that really kind of bugged me, too. The whole movie wasn't very, pratfall-y.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you had the one quick scene of all the Zords running out with the theme of the Power Rangers, I guess I was too excited to notice that Billy was driving his Zord backwards during that scene.
Oh, no, I noticed the first time.
And it just seemed, in a good movie that had a little more setup for Billy being, really clumsy, it would play really well.
Yeah.
But in the movie that presented itself, it hit like a lead weight.
I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
Because the Zord designs are so bad, I don't know what ends the front and what ends the back.
No, if you notice, if you watch it again, underneath the Power Rangers theme song, you see his Zord roll up and he's going, whoa, whoa. Come on.
Maybe it was a nod to Power Rangers Turbo.
Turbo sucks.
Turbo. Power Rangers Turbo.
Do you remember when they did that movie for Turbo?
Oh, no, it was a real movie. It got theater time.
Did it?
It was in the
I
theaters.
don't remember it being
Yeah,
in
I
theater.
remember when it came out in theaters.
Yeah, we've had this exact discussion because Diva Talks is the best part of it.
Well, duh.
Anyway, I think we've rambled long enough. Let's go ahead and take a break here, and when we come back, we'll get into some news. Nerd Overload is sponsored in part by MB Subculture Comics and Costumes. MB Subculture is the one-stop shop for all your geeky needs, from comics and collectibles to unique custom costumes, masks, makeup, and more. MB Subculture is located at 122 West Rensselaer Street in downtown Bucyrus, 567-806-5364, and online at subcultureoh.com. We're back. That was The Warrior by Patty Smyth and Scandal. We played that because there's a Marvel TV series that's going to be coming out here soon. Why don't you guys tell me a little bit about it?
Well, Marvel announced they are bringing the new Warriors, starring the unbeatable Squirrel Girl, to what was that channel called?
Freeform.
Freeform, yeah.
Some obscure ABC network that nobody gets. I don't know. Is it
Everybody gets.
Everybody gets it? Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
pretty
have
much everybody gets
cable.
that channel. I've never
I don't
watched
know.
it, but I don't know. I'm surprised they're not putting it on like ABC.
Yeah.
You know, because where Shield lives and stuff.
Also, Squirrel Girl was never part of the New Warriors either.
I don't know. I'm not as familiar with the new Warriors.
I don't know.
Like,
I read in an article that she wasn't.
I mean, I remember her as member of the Great Lakes Avengers.
Yeah.
And beating every Marvel villain ever.
Yeah.
With squirrels.
It's kind of a weird pull for that. I know why they did it. It's just because she's popular and in a book that sells good.
Yeah, that's why they did it, because no one knows anyone else that's in the Warriors, the new Warriors.
What's his name?
Speedball.
Yeah, Speedball.
Yeah,
The guy that's named after drugs.
kinda. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm all for a Squirrel Girl TV, a show starring the character, because I think the character is really good in the comics.
Yeah.
But they're going to screw it up
Yeah.
on the show.
Oh yeah,
There's 100% chance that
I
they will.
really don't know how she'll translate to a movie.
Well, she would
medium.
translate really well if they had writers that would understand the source material and could actually gave a care about the character, other than going, this comic is selling up really well.
Put her in there.
Put her in
Yeah.
there.
I think she'd work better in her own book or her own show.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't see why the other team has to be there.
Yeah. I don't
Group
know.
dynamic, because group dynamic sells.
Mm-hmm.
With X-Men, Avengers, Shield is a group.
I feel like she would work a lot better animated than live action.
Oh, definitely. Because I personally can't think of too many actresses that would actually, I don't know, embody the character in the way I would like it seen.
Yeah. I mean, it should be an animated comedy show with superhero stuff in it.
Yeah, because
know?
a bunch of CG squirrels are going to look dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, do something Teen Titans Go-esque, but with more of a plot line.
Yeah, a little bit more of a plot line, sure.
Yeah.
So like the first Teen Titans series,
But funny.
it had its moments. I guess we'll agree to disagree on that one.
Yeah.
Put it on Disney XD next to Star versus the Forces of Evil. You make $1 million.
Or
I feel
it'll
like-
be on hiatus so long everyone will forget it's even a show.
That's true.
Because Disney XD is real bad about that.
They probably have some show they play constantly all the time, like all the other kids networks do.
Probably, but I'm not on that channel enough to know.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but that's...
Well, they've got a lot of live action shows on there too.
Yeah. It seems like what kids networks do, though, is they pick one show and then just shove it down kids' throats all day.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon has SpongeBob, Cartoon Network has Teen Titans Go.
Pretty much. But I don't know. I got excited when the Squirrel New News first dropped. Then I thought about it and I was like, I'm probably just going to be disappointed.
Well, I got excited first because every news outlet ran with Squirrel Girl TV show. And I'm like, oh, all right. And then I read the other stuff and it's like, well, that doesn't sound as good.
Yeah. I don't get Freeform, so I'm not going to watch it. Plain and simple.
Unless it shows up on like Hulu or something.
Something. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure it will because ABC has a deal with Hulu because they play Shield all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish it would be good because I love Squirrel Girl, but it doesn't sound good.
Yeah. It is also a little suspect that this news came right off the heels of the Marvel PR guy saying that diversity doesn't work in their comics, and that's why their sales are down, which is just patently not true.
Yeah.
Their sales are down because everyone's tired of events constantly, forever.
And the diversity books do sell, from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, when they started making all these like changes and stuff, sales went through the roof.
Sure.
And female readership went through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Marvel continues to do really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where
Captain Marvel sells.
Yeah.
Well, it did until the Civil War II stuff.
Yeah. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, actually, despite no one knowing anything about the characters or anything, does really well. It's a cute little book. It's good.
Did America do good?
That just came out.
Oh.
It's only on like issue 2 or 3 at
We
this
don't
point.
Yeah, it
So
hasn't been out
really
long
know.
enough to really factor into this.
I kind of want to read it just because that one cover is so good.
It's a good cover. Yeah. I mean, Hellcat. They brought Hellcat back, and it is ending, but it's coming to a natural conclusion. It's not just being canceled.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, I like it when that happens for sure.
And Hellcat was good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love Spider-Gwen, but she's been doing a lot of dimension jumping and hanging out an awful lot in the main Marvel universe.
And they'll eventually just have her be in the main Marvel universe.
Yeah, and it really kind of bums me out because I really like her version of like Earth.
Yeah.
It's different enough that it's fresh and entertaining. Like certain things have changed, differentiated from the normal path.
Mm-hmm.
Like there aren't, like the Fantastic Four aren't really a thing.
Yeah. Well, of course, the Fantastic Four aren't really a thing. They have they're not allowed to be a thing anymore.
No, this is true. But Ben Grimm still runs around as a beat cop.
Sure. Yeah.
Talking about things in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Literal things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like the stuff that guy was talking about was just. I really hope that was his personal opinion and not him trying to put off some kind of statistic because it was a garbage statistic and everyone knows it. That's the problem. Everyone knows
some
it.
real alternative facts style announcements.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just go to like a Facebook comment board on this kind of stuff, and people were like, wrong. And everyone complains about the constant back-to-back-to-back events.
Sure. Yeah.
There are no regular storylines anymore. Everything's part of an arc that you have to buy a bunch of books for that you don't even read.
Well, sure, because the completionists who need to get everything, and I used to be one of them, they have to buy like 50 books that they would never read otherwise.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah. It's a very short-sighted marketing plan.
Oh, also on the fact, another slump in sales is the fact that Marvel increased their cover prices.
Yeah.
So, shut up, random PR guy I can't even remember the name of because I don't care.
Well, he backed up with that, and then immediately this New Warriors news.
Yeah,
came
I know,
out,
right? It's
and
like,
look, we're making stuff for other people.
Emergency button.
Release the Squirrel Girl. It's an emergency.
Yeah, right.
Release the squirrels.
She's unbeatable. She'll get us out of this.
Yeah, yeah.
They should get Ryan North in the writer's room.
I agree.
Oh, man.
They won't, but they should.
Yeah.
Because he's a great writer. I think I've gushed about how great of a writer he is on the show before.
Oh yeah, I think we've talked about him before multiple times.
Yeah. No, the guy that they have spearheading this project is a guy named Kevin Beagle. He looks like he's worked on Scrubs and Cougar Town. So, what does that tell you about anything?
I liked Scrubs when it first started.
Yeah. I liked Scrubs for a few seasons.
And I kind of enjoyed Cougar Town at the end.
I've heard
when it kind of gave up.
I've heard Cougar Town isn't bad.
Yeah.
I never watched it, so I really
If you look past its name, which is Cougar Town.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be all right. I don't know.
Who knows? Who really knows?
Should probably avoid that pitch on the radio.
Yeah. Well, speaking of other comic book media news, there was an announcement that Batgirl is getting her own live-action standalone film, and it's being written and directed by Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that sounds good, right?
Well,
if it wasn't Warner Brothers,
it wasn't Warner Brothers,
and part of their greater Man of Steel-averse.
Mm-hmm.
Sadness verse.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
It has it checks all the right boxes, yeah, to be good, but I'm still wary of Warner Brothers and there's studio meddling in any of the DC properties.
Those meddling studio executives.
Yeah, I can't totally get 100% on board, and I'd like to.
It should be something. It should absolutely be something we're 100%
Because if there's anything Joss Whedon can do, it's write female characters.
It should be a home run, but it's...
If anybody can write female characters, it's this man.
Yeah. I know, that sounds weird, but
it's weird.
True, though.
But yeah.
It's very true.
Buffy was great.
Yeah.
For most of its run, unlike some series. And I could really see him going for the Burnside angle too.
Yeah.
Sure.
But now that's another character you got to shoehorn into your Batmaniverse that you have not mentioned at all before.
Yeah.
Like, people know of the character, but as far as that movie universe goes, we've got Batman, a Joker, a Harley Quinn, a Killer Croc, and a mention of a dead Robin.
Yeah, and that's about it. And the universe that they set up for it, they're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, where if Joss Whedon writes a upbeat, optimistic kind of Batgirl, like she probably should be written, or it would work best to write her in that way. Fans of the Warner Brothers movie output are going, where's our grim and gritty? Where's our damaged Joker? And where's the tats? And where's the everything? And if they write a Batgirl that meshes well with the other films in the Warner Brothers DC library, there'll be a huge outcrying of people who are fans of Batgirl, the character, going, what did you do to our character? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like there's no way that it's going to make anybody happy.
It's what happens with every movie they've been putting out ever since Man of Steel.
And unfortunately, because the two styles of film are so diametrically opposed, there's no happy medium.
No, not really.
There's no way you can get you dark and gritty and you're happy and upbeat in the same film.
Calling it now, after credit scene, Joker shooting Batgirl.
That would be the worst after credits.
It would be the absolute worst, but Warner Brothers.
Did you have fun in that movie? Well, guess what? Next movie,
Oracle.
Yeah. Didn't they plan to have Oracle in Batman v Superman, and then they canned it?
Was what's her name?
Jenna
Malone.
Yeah, Jenna Malone.
I forgot about
was supposed to be post crippling.
Yeah.
Barbara Gordon.
Which is good Barbara Gordon casting.
Yeah,
I like
sure.
Jenna Malone for her.
Well, yeah, sure, but still awful depressing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wanted to be excited, but it's, again, maybe we'll see after how Wonder Woman is, if it's actually as good or bad as they were trying to say it is, which should be coming out soon.
I have more hope for this movie than I do any other of the DC movies that are
the Batgirl or
Batgirl.
Okay.
I guess because of Joss Whedon.
Yeah, but there's only so much a man can do.
Yeah.
I mean, when someone higher up is paying the bills,
Yeah. Well, I could see him just leaving if it.
Yeah, and then we're just right back to where we are with the rest of the movies in this. This canon. We got your Batman films that can't hold on to directors. You got your Flash films, which is on their fourth director.
Speaking of which, Jordan Peele is up for it now, and I don't understand that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was announced that Jordan Peele is in talks to direct the Flash movie,
or at least he's being pursued about it.
Yes.
I understand that he is Hollywood's hot thing right now because of Get Out, and from what I understand, Get Out is an excellent film.
I would like to see it.
I would too. I'm sure the white guild in me would probably make my skeleton want to jump out of my body, but I do want to go see it. I just don't see how they can correlate Get Out to the Flash, superhero movies in general. I don't see it. It's just
can get out of there real fast.
I guess. Yeah. It just doesn't make. It's just Warner Brothers going, hey, who's the name right now? Jordan Peele? Go after him. Get him for our movie.
I would like to hope that they're trying to bring levity to their franchises. No. They won't. No. I know they're not, but it's a small glimmer of hope in my cold, dark self.
And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who they get as a director because Warner is going to. It's one of the main Warner Justice League movies. There's no way that Warner Brothers isn't going to have their hands all up in that.
When Zack Snyder.
So at that point, it doesn't matter who they get as director. They could hire a trained monkey or a cardboard cutout of Jordan Peele to direct the film, and it would probably turn out exactly the same. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Suicide Squad, which should have been a home run. but it wasn't.
Well, maybe a hard triple.
Maybe
not a home run. I don't think a movie. There's a universe where that movie was ever going to be a home run, but
well, I mean, conceptually, it should have
been. Maybe, sure.
Like they could have made their Guardians with villains, and they didn't. They made a movie that makes no sense, no matter which way you turn it.
Mm-hmm. They made a 2-hour music video,
and not even a good one.
I still need to watch it someday.
Those trailers, though.
Just sit down and power through it.
Yeah.
But we got Gotham City Sirens coming, directed by David Ayers again.
Again, yeah.
Because we don't learn anything here at Warner Brothers.
Never.
You'd think they'd drop Zack Snyder after 2 stinky movies.
No, they never do it.
They just double down on him.
Yeah, they're in for the long haul with Zack Snyder. But oh well, we've talked about this stuff.
Yeah, there's no saving it.
Yeah, but if we want to talk about movies, there's a made-for-TV movie of Invader Zim coming.
He's back.
He's back in film form.
Yeah.
With all the original people.
Yeah.
I tell you, if Nintendo, if Nickelodeon had any better timing on this, I don't know what I would do. Was it like 10, 15 years out? I mean, oh my gosh, you guys, striking while the iron is like been cold for a decade.
Trying to print that sweet nostalgia money.
Yeah.
I guess.
And here's the thing. Why would Jonan Vasquez agree after crapping on it for years?
He probably ran out of money.
That's my assumption.
Well, he's apparently been
There are
working...
Hot Topics closing every day, and eventually those residuals are going to dry up. So you gotta make that movie money while you can.
I heard somewhere he doesn't get any money from that stuff.
Probably not. Honestly, probably not. And I don't blame him. I mean, I don't know.
I still remember when you used to be able to buy Johnny T-shirts at Hot Topic.
Yeah.
All like 2 of them.
Yeah. So what? Why would they do this?
I feel like I should be super stoked about it because I love that show and I love everything that Jonan Vasquez has ever done, but I just feel kind of weird about it.
Yeah. Although, what if they said it was a Rocko's Modern Life made for TV movie?
Which they are doing.
They are doing. Is that the same? Give you the same kind of feeling?
No.
Because it's the exact same situation.
And that doesn't make me feel weird. I don't know why.
Maybe it's because Jonan Vasquez as a creator is incredibly cynical about everything, and then all of a sudden they're doing this movie. It's something feels weird where the guy who did Rocko's Modern Life, cartoon creator.
Yeah, he's like, hey, yeah,
just do it.
I'm glad to do this again. That's
yeah.
I don't know.
And again, why now?
Yeah.
There are kids who are regular watchers of Nickelodeon. I almost said Nintendo again. Of Nickelodeon, who were not alive when the original Invader Zim was on, and only know Zim as that weird robot in their Hot Topic. It's funny, but am I wrong?
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
A weird robot in their Hot Topic. And like I'm so past Gurr too. Like,
yeah,
can they just not put him in the movie?
They would never not put Gurr in that movie.
He's already in the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys watch that trailer? And I use that term very loosely because it was basically
all
just
audio.
sound. Yeah.
And it made me feel a little bit better about it because it was a pretty funny.
Well, yeah, like when I heard the voice, I was like, I know that's him, but it doesn't sound right. And then he like flips back, goes, I'm doing a serious voice, girl. Get out of here. In his regular Zim voice. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm glad to see Richard Horowitz get more work.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
That's good. Again, he's running out of that Angry Beaver and Power Ranger money.
Oh my God, Angry Beavers.
Yeah.
Where's that TV movie?
Yeah, where's the Angry Beavers TV movie?
Oh, they're probably just waiting to announce it.
It's going to be live action starring Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson.
Oh. Okay, so which one's Norbert and which one's Daggett?
Which one do you think?
Yeah, Owen Wilson is Norbert.
Yeah.
Is it because of the
Ben
nose?
Stiller's Daggett.
Is it because of the nose?
Their voices.
Their voices, they're very laid back. The laid back one is Owen Wilson and the uptight one is Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Of course.
Fun fact. in my head, the Penny Arcade guys in the comics have always just sounded like Norbert and Daggett to me.
Yeah, same here.
I don't know
a
why.
Little bit. Yeah,
No,
I can get
see
that.
it.
I can get
I
that.
see it.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, one's light hair, one's got dark hair.
Yeah.
Tycho's Norbert and Gabe is Daggett.
Yeah. Totally forgot what their names were.
That's probably for the best.
Mike and Jerry.
Mike and Jerry. Yeah.
Ben and Jerry. It's Ben and Jerry.
But I don't know. Invader Zim, I liked it when it was on, but I was never a super fan.
Oh, I was.
Oh, I was too. Like, I had just gotten into like his comic work and stuff. And then when I found out that he was doing a show on Nickelodeon, I like lost my mind. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh man. I still remember watching the episode that was later banned, like the first time around.
There was which one was banned?
Or it wasn't banned, it was changed.
Which one was that?
It's the one where Zim is doing a sales drive for the school, and he starts pushing his crappy candy bars on people using like a VR headset thing of the future.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that was.
It was modified because the original vision of a dystopian destroyed world he was showing people was New York City, and it was really close to that time.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I understand that. Get that.
The same befalling of Spider-Man and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just watch the DVDs over and over again, and with commentary and everything. Mm-hmm. Commentary is excellent on those too. It's very funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just kind of wondering if the voices are going to hold up because everyone's 15 years older.
Oh, I'm sure they will, for the most part.
Yeah, a lot of it is slightly modulated anyway.
Oh, I understand
Yeah.
that. Oh man, the bologna episode.
Why am I so delicious?
Guys, taste me, I'm delicious. He injects bologna DNA into Dib and himself. Such a weird episode.
Yeah.
But granted, a lot of their episodes are really, really weird.
Yeah. That was kind of the thing.
A lot of good actual sci-fi stuff happens. Like Planet Jackers, where somebody steals the entire Earth.
Oh, yeah, because they were going to throw it into their sun.
Yeah, they use it to fuel their sun. That's a decent sci-fi concept.
That was a good one. Or the fact that the tallest, which one of them was a famous actor at the time.
One of them was the guy from Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dave Foley.
Yeah, and how they hated Sid.
Oh, the tallest, yeah.
He was the worst invader.
Mm-hmm. I'd feel better about this movie if the comics were better.
Yeah, the comics aren't very good.
I mean, I wouldn't say they're bad.
They're not great.
But yeah, they're not as good as the show was.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
It's been a while since I watched the show. I'm not even sure how well it really holds up now that I'm older.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. So, speaking of cartoons that are coming back, and we have to ask ourselves why, Mega Man is getting a rebooted show.
Which is weird. He hasn't had a video game in
It's been years.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time since that. And he did have a cartoon in the 90s.
I remember watching it.
Super Fighting Robot. Mega Man.
Man.
Also, it wasn't a very good cartoon, really.
It was not.
No, it was awful. It was very 90s.
Yeah, if you remember one of our Check It Outs from a couple months ago, I watched a couple episodes. I watched the first episode and the one with X, and they were not good. It was a Ruby Spears. It wasn't very good. But anyway, this has had some troubling kind of production. The designs of Mega Man have been updated to look like Tron. And for the longest time, it has looked really bad.
Yeah.
They finally kind of changed it, modified it to the point
I do
where it
like
looks
the
okay.
I do like the current idea of what he's going to look like.
Yeah, but the story is all different. They might as well be creating a completely different character.
It's almost like he's Astro Boy.
Because he was originally Astro Boy.
Yeah. Now his name is Aki Light or
Aki
Aki Light.
Yeah.
I guess they couldn't call him Rock Light because that sounds like a beer.
I'd drink it.
Aki Light still kind of sounds like a beer.
It sounds like a Japanese beer.
It sounds like a yeah. But it's coming to Cartoon Network, and
it could really go either way on that one because Cartoon Network it's both. And it's great.
It's great, but it's also Teen Titans Go.
We're all Teen Titans Go now.
It's 64% Teen Titans Go.
Yes. Yeah. But I'll give it a shot.
Oh, I will too because I love the character. I mean, I even gave Sonic Boom a chance, and I still don't like it.
So where's that Mighty Number 9 cartoon that we were promised?
Yeah.
As part of the Kickstarter backer.
Was that part of the Kickstarter?
Yes, it was.
It's just
Because
another...
it got so much extra money that they were going to do a cartoon.
It turns out nobody wants it.
Yeah.
And they're just like, just keep the money, just don't make the cartoon.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll pay you not to make it.
You got us. You rolled one on us, but
Yeah.
He rolled more than one on you.
Yeah. They rolled multiple million on us, actually, but yeah.
Somebody was playing that at Awesome Games Done Quick, speed running it, and they're like, it's not as bad as everybody says. It's like, no,
it is.
It's bad.
It's real bad.
It's a garbage game.
Mm-hmm. A garbage game with fire that looks like pizza.
And sometimes you just fall through platforms for no reason.
Just for no reason.
Did they ever patch it or anything?
I don't know. I haven't gone back to it. They might have.
Maybe it's almost playable now.
Doubt it.
Oh, man. I think that one is definitely one of the glaring be careful before you kickstart stories.
For sure. And we've talked about this a
yeah.
million times.
It's probably damaged all Kickstarters forever now. Every
all
Kickstarter
games,
now
Kickstarter, yeah.
Yeah, is going to have a little bit more hard of a time because of Mighty Number 9.
Sure. Yeah, it's a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have one final thing here, and I hate to end it on kind of a little bit of a down note, but we've been getting a lot of news, and what we do a lot of prep for the show, so we hit a lot of major news sources, MarySue.com, Polygon, Kotaku, when we absolutely have to. But one of the sites that we would hit for news before the show each and every week was Comics Alliance. Comics Alliance was a great source for news and opinion pieces pertaining to comics and pop culture.
Yeah, they did a good job not sounding like they were a comic book guy from The Simpsons.
They didn't. Yeah, absolutely. And it was announced late last week that for the second time in their second or third time in their company's lifetime, they're being shut down. And this time it seems like it's for good. It's always sad to see a news outlet go, and it's always a bummer to see what happens to all of the writing staff of the site,
who apparently got little to no notice.
They were given about an hour or two's notice before it was made official off of the Vox Media, which was their the conglomerate that bought Comics Alliance the last time they went out of business. Yeah, it's just kind of a weird thing.
Vox Media are the people that own Polygon, right?
I believe so.
Huh.
No, that can't be right.
I thought Polygon was its own entity.
No, it's
owned by somebody.
I thought it was Vox.
I should probably roll some of that back. Vox Media's Polygon. Screen Crush was Comics Alliance, and that was from the last time they were bought out.
I don't even know what Screen Crush is.
They do a bunch of different things.
Like I've been to like one or two other websites, and they're awful.
Like a bunch of garbage celebrity blogs.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But no, it's just kind of sad to see. There's not a lot of websites that dedicate all of their time to comics. Pretty much this and comicbook.com is one I could think of. CBR, Comic Resources. But they're not. I don't know. It's going to be missed. It's going to kind of leave a hole on the internet.
It's a real shame.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get lucky and some of these people will get together and maybe try to venture out on their own.
Make a Polygon.
Yeah. Well, I actually saw what's her name from Polygon put out a call for anyone from Comics Alliance with resumes to submit them to Polygon to expand their comic coverage.
Yeah, they've been kind of hitting it a little more hard lately. There's a YouTube series that they do.
So I could see a lot of these writers end up on different sites. And, a lot of them have other ventures that they're doing. Like Chris Sims, I know he has a couple of podcasts, and he writes for Marvel now. And a lot of the other writers, they all have other things going on. So it's not like they're completely left out, but still kind of a bummer.
It is a bummer.
It stinks.
Yeah.
It really stinks.
Yeah. So yeah. Sorry to end things on kind of a down note, but
we didn't talk about Rick and Morty.
We didn't. How was Rick and Morty?
Very good.
Good.
It surprise came back for April Fool's.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like the craziest April Fool's joke ever.
Yeah. It was an April Fool's joke that you weren't at the expense of. It was actually kind of
like
a
good one.
April Fool's gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they didn't announce it at all, and all of a sudden it was like 2 minutes before it started, they're like, oh, by the way, streaming on the website and on the site, you can watch the first episode of season 3 repeatedly till midnight.
And then it even kept going after that,
Yeah.
I
No,
think,
it
a little bit. Oh, it didn't?
No, it didn't.
Oh,
I was
okay.
watching it. No, it didn't.
Yeah. Well, I missed it, but whatever. I'll catch you when it comes back on.
I sent you guys a message over line saying, like, I think this is a new episode of Rick and Morty. And you're like, no, it isn't. It can't be.
Well, I had only seen like a preview clip.
Yeah, well, I'm like, well, maybe this is the clip. And then I kept watching it. I'm like, I think this is the whole episode.
Yeah, it's got Nathan Fillion as a voice
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. That's
of,
really
of
cool.
a nameless character.
Cool.
I'm really critical of Rick and Morty sometimes, but I really liked it. I thought it was
that
a
episode,
fantastic comeback.
It was on point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of callbacks too.
Good.
It's mostly to like season 1 stuff.
When Rick and Morty was excellent all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, hey, let's go ahead and wrap things up here. You've been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can also find us at facebook.com/nerdoverloadradio, and there you can't hear me cough.
You can send us an email with your questions, comments, chili recipes.
Ooh, yeah, chili recipes. I'm always looking for chili recipes.
To staff@nerdoverload.com. You can also tweet at us, nerd_overload.
Don't put chili recipes there. I don't check Twitter.
Oh, I check it, though.
Yeah.
I'll take your chili recipes there. We are also on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. So you can check us all out over there, and everything's updated. All of our episodes, backlogs up there. I worked real hard this week, you guys. It's all there. So go check us out over there. And again, thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
Peace out.
This show was sponsored in part by MB Subculture Comics and Costumes.